So, Om Nam Shivaya. So, once again, welcome to everyone for our today's class. I also welcome Jiditji. So, we'll start today's class with a prayer. Om Dhyayamo Dhavalavakunthanavatim Tejomayim Nashtikim Snigdhapantavilokinim Bhagavati Mandasmidashrimukhim Valsalyamritavarshini Sumadhuram Sankirtanalapinim Shyamam Kim Madhusiddhasundram Pitandatmikam Shwarim. Once again, welcoming you all. So, handing over the session to Jijitji.
Yeah, namaste. So, your last session, we had given a recap of all the previous sessions that we have done. We may have done more than 10 sessions on the geography of Ṛgveda. And we have covered many rivers. So, in the last session, we have covered the river Parushni, which is also a very pivotal river. We mentioned that it is interestingly located on the boundary of current India and Pakistan. So it's like a mere coincidence that there was a battle that took place on this river, the Battle of Parushni, which is also very famous as the battle of that Dashrajna battle. And we also understood the political layout of that battle. So one is Sudas, who is the most famous king in the Ṛgveda, who was ruled in the largest territory from Yamuna in the east to up to Parushni in the west. So today's terms, it is like the entire Haryana and Punjab, the Indian part of the Punjab. And the river Parushni was like the border, the western border of the territory is controlled by King Sudas. And Sudas have already banished two of the major powers who lived within his territory. That is his own cousin brother, that is Samvarana Bharata, the ancestor of the Pandavas and Kauravas. So Samvarana was banished from the territory of Sudas. So he has to live beyond the boundary of Parushni. So he left this regions controlled by Sudas and settled in a river to the west of Parushni. So that is the Asikni river. And that Asikni river is we are focusing on the Asikni river in today's talk. So in modern terms, Parushni is in the Mahabharata period, Parushni is known as Iravati, and it's a short form. Ravi is how it is known in the today's period. The Ravi river is the boundary of the Indian part of the Punjab and separates the Pakistan part of the Punjab. So that is the significance of the Ravi river even in today. And this Asikni river is known as Chandrabhaga in the Aitihasic period, and it's a short form or a kind of Prakrita rendering of the Chandrabhaga, that is Chanab. So Chandrabhaga is Sanskritam and Chanab is Prakrita Bhasha. And Iravati is Sanskritam and Ravi is Prakrita rendering of the Iravati river. So these two rivers are very much significant. Sorry. So along with this, one of the dominant power who became second, or who could not become the number one, that is Samvarana Bharata, is thus banished to the Asikni river. Similarly, another power, that is Anava power, who are in the historical, they are mentioned as Parthavas and Parthians, basically Iranians, basically. So their ancestor King Abhyavartin Chaimana was very much in alignment with Sudas, ancestor of Sudas, like Srinjaya Devavata, etc. But during the period of Sudas, he gained huge amount of power. So even Abhyavartin Chayamana's descendant, contemporary to Sudas, Kavi Chayamana, also banished from the Prithviya region. And so all these powers banished from the territory of Sudas. They lived in the western regions, and they lived in the Asikni River. So let me show in the map where is the Asikni River still located. Just a minute. Yes. So you can see this is the Asikni River, the Chenab River. So it is the three names, like Chenab is the current name, Chandrabhaga is the Aitihasic name. So Chandrabhaga in Sanskritam rendered in the Prakrit is the Chenab River. So that is flowing like this. And here is the Parishni River, the Ravi River. So Iravati, like that. So it is flowing like this. And this different colored channels are some of the older river channels. So there is an old channel of Iravati, Ravi River like this. And there is a now lost river called Marudvrtha, coming and joining this Parishni River here, somewhere here. So that river dynamics completely changed in a matter of few hundred years. This whatever you are seeing is the current map of the river, current channel of the river, whatever we can see currently in the map, Google Maps or terrain maps. So this is the Asikni River, Chandrabhaga, like that is mentioned. And if you look at the Nadi Sukta, again, Nadi Sukta is a very, very clear, faithful representation of the positioning of the river. So you can see Imamme, Gange, Yamune, Saraswati, Sududri, Stomam, Tajata, Parushnia. So Ganga is the easternmost river, then comes Yamuna, then comes Saraswati, then comes Sududri. So Sududri is here. And then Parushni. So Parushni is here after that. And then comes Asikni. So Asikni is here. And then Marudvrtha. So that is here actually. Now this river is lost. And then Vitasta. And then some other rivers, we will see Ajgiya, Sushoma, etc. So it's correctly and faithfully locating Asikni between Parushni and Marudvrtha. And you can see in the map, Parushni is here, Marudvrtha is here, Asikni is in between. Here you can see in the Nadi Sukta, that is Parushni is here, Asikni is here, Marudvrtha is here. So just between Parushni and Marudvrtha is Asikni. In the enumeration inside the Nadi Sukta. Similarly, here in geography, between Parushni and this Marudvrtha, we have Asikni here. And Asikni is the Chenab or Chandrabhaga river. And all these rivers are snow-fed rivers, the rivers of Indra, which Indra freed from Vritra. So that is how the Ṛgvedic folklore is about this snow-fed rivers. So Shadadru, Vipash, Parushni, Asikni, Marudvrtha or Vitasta, even Sindhu river, all these rivers are released from the snow of Himalayas. So that is mostly about the geography part of it. So is there any political significance in as far as Asikni is concerned? Yes. So first of all, the Purus who were defeated by Sudas, so they migrated and they established themselves in the Asikni river. And this is also the what do you call the stronghold of the Anavas. So the Anavas strengthen themselves in this region, even the Druhyus, everybody. So when the Puru lineage, that is a Samvarana Bharata lineage, expelled from the Vara Prithviya and the region between Yamuna and Parushni, when northwestward, fleeing from Sudas, they established themselves in the Chenab river, Chandrabhaga or Asikni river. And there is a mention of a battle of Asikni wherein the Purus defeated some of the Asikni people. And Asikni, etymologically, it is meant as a dark people. Dark in the sense they are not in the form of dark skin, because the Western Indologist mistake that this is a battle of Aryans against dark-skinned Dravidians. But it is not true, because Asikni means a dark river. So the color of the river is dark. So color, the black. We have many rivers like Kalindi. Kalindi is a kind of channel of Yamuna. Just like Yavyavadi is a western channel of Yamuna, there was an eastern channel of Yamuna called Kalindi. And Krishna is mentioned as killing Kaliya in Kalindi, etc. in the Bhagavata, Vishnu Purana, Bhagavata, Harivamsha. So that Kalindi is mentioned as a black river, because some rivers have black colors. Even Yamuna, see, so Kalindi river automatically later merged into Yamuna river because it was a temporary phenomenon that the Yamuna flowed into two channels like Kalindi and Yamuna. Later on, Kalindi and Yamuna all merged together. So even today also, anybody observe Ganga Yamuna Sangam in Prayagraj, you can see Ganga is white in color compared to Yamuna in black in color. So similarly, the Ṛgvedic poet is only mentioning the color of the river. And also, of course, just poetically, because poet have a typical attribute of giving multiple meanings to words they are using. That is the power of poetry. So, of course, the Sikni river is dark in color. And of course, the Daitya Danavas or the Anavas are living, their stronghold is in the Sikni river. So, they just put a word play saying that the people in the living in the Sikni river, mostly very much hostile to the Purus, they automatically term them as dark people. So that is a poetic play. There is nothing like these people are dark-skinned Dravidians or anything. In fact, they are fair-skinned people. Because if you look at very closely, observe the Mahabharata and Ramayana and some of the description of the Daitya Danavas, they are mentioned as fair-skinned people, not dark-skinned people. So this is again a big blunder that most of the not only the Western Indologists who are propagating the Aryan invasion theory, even the movie makers, the movie makers in India, and most of the Indian scholarship, which is not properly focused onto the text like Ṛgveda or Mahabharata or Ramayana, they are also mistaking that the Daityas and Danavas are somehow very dark colored people with horns in their head and protruding teeth like Damshtra. All this iconography they use for Daitya Danavas, but it's a pure imaginative kind of thing. Mahabharata and Ramayana, there are many slokas I have noted out in my book, Geography of Ramayana, and the upcoming book, Geography of Mahabharata, to be released a few months now in January 2024. I have noted the description of the Daitya Danavas. Whenever individuals are mentioned, they are mentioned as very beautiful. They are mentioned as fair-skinned people. So, this Ṛgvedic poet who mentioned the Daitya Danavas or the Anava people living in the Sikni river, they are not physically dark colored or dark skinned. Physically, they are fair colored, fair skinned, and very beautiful people. But they are only mentioned as Asigni or dark colored because of their nature. They have certain attributes like they don't really worship Indra. Sometimes they are sometimes having enmity towards Indra, or they don't participate in the dharmic tradition and think about themselves as separate. Some kind of ideological separation. Because of that, they are mostly hostile to the kings, the Puru kings, etc. So that is why the poet who observed the battle of the Purus with the Asigni people, they considered them as enemies, and they just use the color of the river, the dark color of the river Asigni, the dark colored river, and attribute it onto the people themselves. It's just a poetic play. Yeah, so that is all about the description and how it is misleading the Western Indologist, etc. And this is why they use all these things as a evidence for Aryan invasion theory. But in fact, there is no Aryan invasion because the migration is, or the invasion is, from the east to west. So if I see, for example, this Samvarana Bharata and such people were exiled to this region, that is to the west of Parushni. Like it's as if like from India to Pakistan they are exiled. So they are here. From there, they want a territory to live. So they just went here, and here they established themselves. So migration or the invasion is from east to west. So there is there is no Aryan invasion. In fact, so if we consider Samvarna Bharata as an Arya, he is invading from east to west. So without looking at the direction, these people, the Western intelligence, consider this as an evidence for the Aryan invasion, etc., but totally wrong, because the direction is totally opposite that they are suggesting. And similarly, even they have wrongly in the many of the Western intelligence book, Vishwamitra crossing the Vipas Sudutri confluence that we have seen in the previous talk, where Vishwamitra is crossing the Vipas Sudutri river and communicating, talking to the rivers Vipas and Sudutri like they are his sisters. Even that also, even though direction is from east to west, they blindly use it as a evidence for Aryan invasion, etc. So that is very kind of a sloppy kind of scholarship. Everywhere they ignore the direction and then simply say Aryan invasion, but it is the direction is always opposite, 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 like that. So that's all about the Asikni, and also its a political significance. So of course, what happened is the Samarana Bharatas, even they are defeated by Sudas, but they are also very powerful people. Of course, they are not as strong as Sudas, so that is why he was defeated and they were exiled to westwards. But they themselves are powerful enough, so that is why they defeated some tribes here, and they displayed some tribes, the Anava tribes here, and established themselves. They in the Rigveda it is mentioned they defeated Dasyus. So Dasyu can be like is a word that can be attributed to Drikyu tribe, which are the ancestors of the Western people, like Simyus, I mentioned Albanians, and this the Greek ancestors of the Greek, etc. So they are mostly Drikyu, and they are called Dasyus, etc. Or even the Bhrigus, like the priests of the Anavas, they are all called Dasyu. So they have the actual word terminology. They mentioned this Purus defeated the Dasyus, and Agni is attributed that's just like in the Dasharajana battle, the victory is attributed to Indra, saying that Indra actually manipulated the water flow in the Parushni, resulting in the victory of the Sudas. Asigni battle is attributed to Agni. Agni is mentioned as burning defeating the Dasyus in this region. Actually, even though the action is basically the Purus defeated the enemies like Dasyus. So this is a natural thing. Like whenever a battle takes place, the Devata is attributed the victory. So sometimes it is Indra, sometimes it is Agni, like that. So that is what and it will gives you two examples of how the battles take place, and who is victorious, who is defeated, and how the attribution is provided to the deity that is invoked. So if Indra is invoked for victory, the victory is attributed to Indra. If Agni is invoked for victory, that victory is attributed to Agni, like that. So this is our normal practices seen in the Ṛgveda, and most of the suktas, many of the suktas are in a similar nature, where it talks about battles and attribution to the devatas, etc., happening. And of course, there is something which is not properly explicitly mentioned in the Ṛgveda, but we can safely assume is that because there is two entities who got displaced by Sudas. So along with this Samvarana Bharata who represented as Purus, we have the Anava kings like Kavi Chayamana also exiled. So what happened? They had a kind of an alliance along the Asikni river. So even though Purus defeated some Anavas and Rikyus here, for a common goal they aligned together, and because of that, this grand alliance of the 10 kings take place along the Asikni river. So I forgot to mention this Asikni battle took place before the Dasharajana battle, right? It took place after the exile of the Samvarana Bharatas and Anavas to the west of Parushni, but it happened before the Dasharajana battle. So since they were living together here, that is, the displaced Samvarna Bharatas came and attacked and displaced some Anavas in this region, Anavas and refuse or the Dasyus in this region. But then the Anavas, this is Anava stronghold region. So the Kavi Chayamana, who is an Anava leader, who became an Anava leader, they and the Samvarna Bharata, the Purus, the opposed to Sudas, because Sudas himself is also Puru. So I have to say the Purus opposed to Sudas. That is represented by Samvarna Bharata, the ancestor of the Pandavas. And the Anava leader, Kavi Chayamana. All these people aligned together, and this alliance took place in the Asikni River. Then they brought in so many other clans and created the battle of that 10 kings alliance they have created. And it is after that 10 king alliance formed here, they all, just like in the Mahabharata, if you read, you know that the Pandavas camped in the Virat Nagari, Upaplavya. All the different people came together to support Pandavas. And similarly, the Kauravas had also so many people come in the Hastinapur. So similar kind of alliance take place in this particular Asikni River. So the Asikni River was the river along which this particular alliance discussion took place. And then after that, they fought when the alliance becomes clear, and their objective was to stop Sudas from dominating further, the expansion of Sudas. Because Sudas is expanded up to east in the Yamuna River, and he expanded up to west, up to Parushni River. So these 10 kings, all the people wanted to prevent the further expansion of King Sudas and contain his power, to reduce or limit his power. These are the objectives that they have had in mind.